I was talking about the GTA6 delay in the last pod. I was talking about how I had that feeling. I could like sense it. I'm like a clairvoyant. I wasn't able to sense the destruction of my relationship, but I was able to sense this delay in GTA6, and I was completely right, you know. And as I was talking about, I said something about like a trailer coming out, and 2 seconds after I said that, I believe a trailer did come out. So here I am talking about it now instead of all together on that last pod. Yeah, I think a trailer came out because Rockstar were like, oh, we feel so bad. Everyone's got to wait like an extra 6 months. You know, here's a fucking trailer to placate all you douchebags. So the new trailer is out, and it's like, it's cool because it's less of a cinematic one than the first one. The first one seems like kind of put together to kind of make it seem very, I don't know, make it look a bit more like a movie. This one seems like it's more like a video game. It seems like there's more gameplay footage, and it says so, in being captured in PS5. So that's cool, just to see how realistic it looks and everything. I mean, I'm not a video game player at all, especially of like modern day video games. So for me, I'm just like, wow, the graphics are amazing. How far they've come. I mean, not really, but it's, yeah, better than it used to be, at least, because the last game I played was GTA 5. So yeah, there's like a bigger, it seems to be a bit of a change, and maybe it's to do with like more variety and more like of a live feeling with basically the NPCs, because it does look like there's just, you know, a lot of people like within like, you know, every shot that you see in that trailer, or at least a few of the shots, you know, it's just filled with these people, and it's not like, you know, NPCs, like each GTA game has gotten better with this, but having like, you know, 2 people who look exactly the same standing next to each other or whatever. It's nothing like that. So I don't know anything about it, like what they're doing. Are they using like AI to just like make sure like all the NPCs are their own individual people? It seems like it's going to be like this very alive and like kind of like feel like a, you know, it's in the video game world. It feels like it's very lived in, and it does feel real. And it adds to that. So that is cool. And there is also like this thing of whatever the guy's name is, Mikey, Nicky, whatever, walking along the, driving around, and like people are like, hey, yo, Mikey, Nicky, whatever your name was, what's up, and all this. Like, if there's going to be a whole bunch of that in the game as well, like you walk around and all of a sudden someone starts talking to you, it's like, oh yeah, like there's that person who gave me missions before. They're a good friend of mine, and they're my drug dealer. I wonder if there's going to be like a bunch of that in the game, and I mean, that's cool, but like I don't care about if they don't do anything. Like, you know, like if you're walking down and you start talking to like, you know, someone on the street in the game I'm talking, and like they start talking and then they're like, oh, can you help me out with this? And then you have a fucking side mission to do. Like, that's cool, but just to like make the game feel more like, hey, I'm like a, you know, popular guy and all these people know me. I don't care about that. I don't need a video game about that. To be able to do that, you know, I'm not that in real life, but I don't want to be that in a video game either, because I know it's a video game. I just want to, you know, it's you know, it's a GTA game. I just want to, you know, drive down the road, speeding down and like plowing into people and shooting at them with rocket launchers. That's kind of the, like, they're not showing much of that in this like new trailer. I mean, they show some shit going on, but it's like, oh, this is obviously a mission. It's not someone, you know, when you're just fucking around outside of the mission, you know, shooting at rocket launchers at people and trying to get, you know, your wanted level up. Oh man, talking about this makes me want to play these fucking games again. I guess I should. I said that in a really bitchy attitude, like, oh yeah, I guess I will then. I don't know about you, but like I feel like I didn't feel this way when I basically all that time I was playing GTA, like from 2004 when the double pack came out on the Xbox with Vice City and GTA 3, all the way up till finishing GTA 5, like finishing playing with it in general in like 2015, 2016 maybe, sometime then is when I stopped playing it. So for like that amount of time, I never really got into like, you know, wanting to just like really explore around and get into like just comfy places. You know, when you like just start hanging out in like alleyways in GTA, just start running around in there and everything. Start looking into like all these like nooks and crannies of the place, you know. That's why I like video games. You can do things that you can't do in real life like that. If you start just walking into alleyways and just walking around and like the cops will get called. Like, this guy's loitering. I'm just like walking around. I'm literally, or it's just weird to do. But hey, I don't get judged when I do it in the game. But it's something that I'm seeing in something that I feel that is like really missing from both these trailers is, and I'm wondering about it, like, are we gonna get like this is kind of like GTA world, like you see it with, you know, I would say, well, mostly just with Vice City and San Andreas, you know, that's why those games were so cool, because they had like a real style to them that was like pertaining to the decade that they were set in. But now like GTA 4, 5, and 6, like by the looks of things with 6, like it's not, you know, it's like modern time set, okay, whatever, cool, but like they don't feel like they have their own world. Like it literally just looks like, you know, Miami. It's just Miami, or like, you know, just this part of Florida. There just seem to be like all these things, like very cultural things, like, you know, you just see like all these, like what you hear on the radio in it, and like with the ads that you see, like billboards and all these things, and just like all these like little dumb, edgy like jokes for like, you know, teenage boys or whatever, you know, like the like Pisswasser joke in San Andreas, and like but it adds to like feeling like you're in this satirical world. Like it is a world, but it is not supposed to be like completely imitating the real world or part of the real world like Miami. It's meant to be, you know, a satire of it, and it is, and it's supposed to be like kind of close to what it really is, but still got that like humorous slant to it. And this whole like humor and comedy, I'm just not seeing in like these GTA trailers. This seems to be something that's just missing now. So, and I mean, it does kind of feel like the GTA games have kind of gotten more earnest as they gone on, and there's been like less of this kind of like whatever kind of like just punchy, edgy humor and whatever. So that I'm trying to like scope out in this game or whatever. But of course, you know, nothing about this trailer is making me like, you know, get less excited for this game coming out, aside from it saying, oh, now coming out, you know, May 26th. That's more than a year away. It's still more than a year away. How am I supposed to not kill myself until then? Oh, God damn it, Rockstar. Why can't you just release it now? Alright, well, speaking of killing myself, I really should be going to bed, because in 10 hours, I have to go to bed, and then I will be at, in 10 hours, I'm going to be doing the HBF Run for a Raisin marathon, which I've never done before. I've never even done a fucking marathon before. So that's on tomorrow. It's 12Ks, starts at 8:20ish. So I believe it'll take me like 2 hours to do, like around about then. You know what's, you know what, man? Like the weather tomorrow looks pretty fucked. It looks like it's gonna be it just says like raining, very high chance of showers right in the morning. Right, I bet for those fucking 2 hours I run, it just pisses down, and as soon as I stop, it stops as well. Oh, fucking whoop-de-doo. So that's what's going to be happening tomorrow, man, and I'm just so not ready. I mean, I guess I am, but like, well, first of all, I might sleep in. There's that issue. See what goes on. I really should go to bed soon. But I've been having like appetite problems, so I can't eat as much, you know. It seems, but oh well, I hope that doesn't get in the way of all this shit that I have to do tomorrow, I suppose. And then I was also really fucking trying to wonder, like, where do I put my phone and where do I put my wallet? Because, you know, me and the boys are going to get beers afterwards. And so, like, I'm like, my wallet doesn't really fit that well in my track pants, my fucking, like, workout shorts and whatever. And I'm only just realizing now that I have to stitch up the hole in the pocket. Fuck, I forgot to do that. I'll probably just forget entirely, but yeah, I need to do that, and so that my keys don't fall out or whatever. But hey, when I went to pick up all my shit, you know, I won a bum bag on a fucking spinny thing, spin the wheel kind of thing, you know. I had one of them, and I managed to pick up a bum bag there, and I think it's gonna, all my problems in life are all going to be okay tomorrow. Because I'm going to go for a 12K run, and then I won't be depressed. Is that right, huh? You're just like, oh, I've still got problems, but I feel better now. That's not how it works. I feel good when I've solved my problems, And my problems are like, you know, fucking on an Israel-Palestine level of fuckery where I'm like, I don't know I'm gonna change much about this. Alright, so with the Cannes Film Festival going on, and there was this announcement about like Dogme 25 thing come out. If you don't know what Dogme 95 is, I'm not going to explain it. But that whole thing, there's really not much to say. But like, but now there's like a whole new Dogme thing come out, where they want to like have very low budget, high in creativity, high in protein kind of films, and they have to have these rules, just like the last one did. So like Dogma 95 was like, you gotta, was it like sound needs to be captured on in camera, you know? It can't add sound effects, you have to use real like costumes, and it has to not be a period piece film, and it has to be shot on 16 mil, all that kind of crap. All right, anyway, so now we have Dogma 25. That you need a vow of chastity, and there's 10 rules. I guess one of them is you can't have sex while you're making the movie. Oh, that's easy for me. Okay, so here they are. Oh, but I've read these before, so and half of them are bullshit, and the other half seem legit. So let's go and say which is bullshit and which is legit. The script must be So the first rule: the script must be original and handwritten by the director. And they have a thing that they say, we compel ourselves to write the script by hand in order to nurture the kind of intuition channeled through the hand onto the paper. Like, no, this is a bullshit rule. Super bullshit rule. I mean, obviously original, yeah, okay. But like handwritten, like what's the point? Like why do you think that this whole creativity is like, oh, it's stifled when you're doing it on a computer or a bloody typewriter? I go, oh, it's not really the same. Oh, it needs to be written down. No, when you're like sitting around, like just writing. Like we used to say, you know, and it's like it's just way easier for me, and I do feel more creative when I'm writing, like right into the screenplay, like, you know, what's it called, shorthand. When I'm like I'm writing it directly into the screenplay itself. And I just have much more freedom, you know. I can like, copy and paste this here, or I need to move this over here. I'm always moving shit around in the screenplay. I want to be able to do that like just on the go while I'm driving, rather than, you know, just like having to handwrite it and like, I got to like literally cut it and paste it and all this kind of crap. Got to get the glue out and everything. So no, fuck that. Second rule, at least half the film must be without dialogue. We insist on a cinematic approach to filmmaking because we believe in visual storytelling and have faith in the audience. Man, you really petered out with that sentence. You're just like, the audience is cool. Or whatever. Again, like, what does this have to really do with, like, just the ethos of what Dogma is about, like, you know, like, absolutely minimizing the costs and, like, you know, the whole just, you know, production of things, and just trying to like make things a bit more, you know, on the fly and somewhat more documentary style, I'd say, and just keeping all those costs down. So what the fuck does this have to do with anything? Why can't you just, like, why? This is like a shitty, like, you know, just you're trying to make, like, I don't know, slow cinema, like, you know, where there's like, you know, big gaps of like no dialogue. The problem is that these films are going to look like shit. Usually with a slow cinema kind of movie, it is a production. It is like kind of like a visual production, you know, and so it's fine to not have like dialogue for a second. I don't know, it's just kind of my feeling about it, but like I think this is just like dictating like how much, you know, dialogue you want, or like how much visual shit in the movie you want. Like, it's just informing like how it is that what the film should be. So fuck that. Number 3, the internet is off limits in all creative processes. So you can't, like, you know, even go on there to like scope like talent or actors or just people helping and blah blah blah. Yeah, just like that's just like just like a general anti-internet, anti-technology, like, oh, we don't need this to do it like this, just because, like, another thing that just has no real bearing on the actual creative process. So another shitty rule. That's almost all of them. Next up, we'll only accept funding with no content altering conditions attached. I mean, that should be every film. That's perfectly fine. No more than 10 people behind the camera. That sounds fine to me. Actually, I really fuck with that. You don't need like all these other people, you know, like you don't even need bloody catering. Like that's why all these actors aren't gonna be in these Dogma films. They're like, oh, where's the tacos? Oh, why do I gotta bring my own lunch? This bullshit. I'm get out of here. So yeah, I'm down with that. And 10 people, I mean, who do you need? Like the director can like shoot it and everything, and then you got a soundy, and then who else? What else do you want? A bloody intimacy coordinator? Up next, the film must be shot where the narrative takes place. So it says underneath, film as an art form becomes artificial and generic when we portray a location in a false light. This is, I'm fine with this. This is like along the lines of what Dogma was all about, like having to be like, you know, you can't fake stuff. There's no like makeup. There's no, like, I think it's like the costumes have to be what the actors have, you know? There's that sort of thing. And yeah, and it has to, and that was one of the original rules, right? No period piece films and everything. So it's fine with me. Next up, we're not allowed to use makeup or manipulate faces and bodies unless it's part of the narrative. As I just said, I thought like that was one of the rules in the original. I don't want to manipulate faces and bodies like just like squishing a boob and I don't know what. I guess that's what it's supposed to mean. And then number 8, everything relating to the film's production must be rented, borrowed, found, or used. Like, what if I just want to use my own fucking equipment? This is strange, actually. It says relating to the film's production must be rented. Everything relating, like, you know, cameras and lights and everything. Like, every fucking film, like mainstream movies, they rent all that shit. That's what they do. So it's strange that they even have that there. It's strange. I don't know why. Like, I can see why they would be like, oh, you have to like borrow it off people because it's again, I'm the whole social thing and whatever. No, that's great. Anyway, whatever. I don't care about this like dumb rule. And underneath it says, we commit to making films using objects that already exist and renounce the ahistorical and self-destructive culture of consumerism. Why? Because I already have a camera. Why can't I just use that? Anyway, bullshit rule. And then the last one is the film must be made in no more than 1 year, because we abstain from any lengthy processes that stand in the way of the creative flow. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that rule as well, for the most part. But I mean, if I was making a film like under the Dogma 25 and it went over a year, I'd be like, fuck you. It doesn't matter, like, you can break the rules, but you have to fucking self-flagellate yourself afterwards. I mean, the fucking short film I'm working on, like, we haven't gotten the first actual day of filming. Like, we have shot in 1 day, but that's useless now. We have, so that it hasn't even been shot. And what, I know that I did auditions for it in August last year. And now it's fucking May. And still shit. I thought we'd be like at least halfway through filming, but I thought a lot of things about this year. I had a lot of expectations, mostly positive, about this year that have absolutely burnt up in the atmosphere. And I am becoming a dangerous, mean, deadly person because of all this. So thank you. Anyway, continuing on with this cheery podcast now. I'm not a big Blu-ray guy, it seems, because I too am against consumerism, man. Yeah, that's right. You know, why buy a Blu-ray when you can just borrow it off someone? Oh, if only we have rental stores around and I could just rent and not feel bad about, you know, this whole consumerism and having to buy a whole lot of shit and whatever. So anyway, I picked up the Blu-ray of The Young Ones, like one of my absolute favorite TV shows. But, you know, it's a British show. It's only 12 episodes long, which I already have on DVD. I had like that box, it's sort of a box set that came out, you know, like a free disc thing with a number of years ago. Now a Blu-ray's come out and it's been released in Australia, and I was just looking at all the special features, and it's like deleted scenes, outtakes, bloopers, and blah blah blah, and all this, and like an early TV edit of the episode Sick. And so I was like excited, and yeah, I just like shelled out the money. I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll just buy it because I'm a consumerist. So I pick it up, and there's just really no point, like it being like a shot and video kind of bloody thing. I guess there's some film that they shot in Dogme 25 style I believe 16 mil, because that's just what the British did. Your outdoors filming. So yeah, I was watching it thinking, I don't feel like the quality is that much higher than the DVD, because it's just a shot and video thing. But whatever. I guess I got it for the those new special features that we have, and I had a look at them, and they're like, yeah, it's supposed to be like the bloopers and deleted scenes and everything. It's really just like they've shot with. Oh yeah, what they've shot on video, and it's like kind of a banged up VHS that they have now, and it's like several generations old, I guess. But it's all just like them doing the take, and then you just hear just all the like stuff with like cut. All right, we move over there, and we get this thing here, and we're trying to get it done. And it's just you're just watching like different takes. That's all you're doing. You're just watching different takes, So. Hardly deleted scenes and hardly like bloopers or gag reel or anything like that. Back in the day with like when DVDs had that, to like give you more of an incentive to buy it, and you don't have that anymore. Now DVDs, unless it's like one of these kinds of things, they got fuck all special features on them. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, understandable, because I watched all that and I'm like, okay, very interesting, especially for like, for my favorite show that I've seen a bunch of times. But all these special features, man, I'm not watching this again. God damn it. And they even showed like some of the it seems like they found some stuff in the BBC archives, and they just threw it on the, like, that's all they had, and then they just threw it on the bloody the Blu-ray. But what they did have is that they had some of the original film of like random shit that they shot. So they also put that on the Blu-ray. Exciting stuff. But what's strange is that on one of them they were saying like, oh yeah, we shot like, I think I noticed a mistake in that on that Blu-ray. So they're showing like the 60mm stuff, and they say like, oh, in the episode, remember the episode Nasty, where they're carrying that coffin into the grave, and it says like, oh, we shot this day for night, and then they show you, and you can see like, yes, but this film, like it's the original film that they shot with the audio and everything. So there's no laugh track or anything. It's not like actually in the episode, because what's in the episode is interesting. And then you see the day for night like blue filter that they put over it and everything. This is in the special feature, right? But then in the episode that I watched, there was no blue filter put on to make it look like day for night. I'm like, holy fuck, they fucked it up. Interesting. I'm not really mad, I guess. Well, actually, I am. Like, it does show that there is, incompetence at the BBC. Who would have thought? Wow, like someone's like taken, like, rescanned the film and everything to like, to put the episode out again in like a higher quality. But they needed to reapply that blue filter, and they fucking didn't. They didn't even look at the DVD of the original episode and see that they needed to do that. They probably never even seen the show, and they're just like, oh yeah, sure, this looks good, whatever, fuck it. Well, nice one, BBC, you fucktards. But aside from that, yeah, so I mean, I watched the whole show again, and it's just like immensely funny. It's just so damn great, for sure. But I don't know. I don't have much more to say about that. I'm just like glad. It's just good to see a Blu-ray. At least it's not like there wasn't any more incompetence. It was, at least there was no AI upscaling of this whole thing. Like, you're always worried about that. That's why you don't buy any 4K Blu-rays of James Cameron movies. The only AI fuck up seems to be, I guess, on like the front cover of the Blu-ray, and then also in the main menu, because Neil looks really fucked up on the front. He looks like he's supposed to be a pothead, but he looks like he's immensely hungover. All right, time for a energy drink review as usual. I'll keep this short, but like Dare, I love Dare. They got some cool, the iced coffees and whatever. But I'm gotta cut down because my body's getting fucked. So that's fine. But they seem to have this new one out. It was I take photos of every energy drink can that I drink. New ones. I mean, the new ones. Not like every bloody one that I have, but like just to keep a collection at home. So I can actually look over it, like, because I've already taken these cans to the can collection. All right, I got 20 cents out of this. So it's like, this doesn't even really say much to me, aside from that it's called Dare Charged. I didn't even know the name. Which is just, I don't know what exactly this is. It's the coffee, because it's in a can now. It's in a can. It's not carbonated, but it doesn't taste milky. There's no milk in there, I presume, unless there's like a kind of milk synthesis in there or whatever. It doesn't taste particularly milky, but it's not carbonated. So it's quite similar to how Monster had their own, with the Mean Bean and Mocha Loca. And all that kind of crap. They were pretty nice tasting. These Dare ones, they taste slightly worse, but essentially the same, but like just simply not as good. It's just, I guess it's kind of hard to like sort of really work out what the exact differences with the tastes, because the Dare ones have like mocha latte one and a strong latte flavor. Both have 200 milligrams of caffeine. Well, I'll tell you what. Since I got to go to bed soon, I'm glad I didn't have them today. It's hard to say how exactly they're better, but I think the Monster ones were they just came across smoother, and just like more of a taste in in the drink. All right, there we go. That's my review of the energy drinks for this week, everyone. Oh god, I gotta cut this episode, cut my life in two pieces. This is my last resort. Should be the name of the podcast. You've been listening to The Last Resort. Episode 103. Jesus Christ, third episode, and it's nearly the end of May. Who gives a fuck? Who cares about who cares about anything? All right, everyone, wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck before I go out and go on the HBO run for tomorrow. And oh Christ, 12Ks. I mean, I can't even fucking run 1K in one go. I've just been very I get tired easily, but then I get my energy back easily. So I'll be able to do it. It's just, oh motherfuck, the rain, man, the rain, fuck, man, just such bullshit, And then I got to do filming next weekend, and it's like rain, not throughout the week, just right on that motherfucking Saturday. I cannot have rain going on in that shed while I'm there, man. I really can't. Anyway, keeping this a short one. All right, I gotta get high, jerk off, have a shower, get a bite to eat, get high again, and go to bed. And readjust my alarm so that it wakes me up earlier than 9:11 a.m.